Hello, everyone. This is Victor Martin with Reviews from the West, and today I am here with three special guests who I'll introduce in just a moment. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow and leave a review. If you're on Spotify, make sure you're following as well. And hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're on there at Reviews from the West. And yeah, that's about it. So my guests, the three dudes, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it. Go for it, David.
All right, for sure. I'll take head this time. For once, you guys give me the floor. Yeah, I'm David. I am the heart and soul of this group, of these band of brothers.
Lies.
Deception.
And Brenden is the liar, so I'll let him go second, since no one can believe what he says.
Hello, I am coming to you from this is me. I'm the dude, man, the Big Lebowski. My name is True Graphic, the guy, the man, the mystery. The darker of all three of them, so it's fine.
Which is a big problem at times.
Is it?
I get nervous when you go over 65. I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus. Wait, okay.
And I'm Mark. That's a little inside joke for us too. Yeah.
Okay, and you guys run a podcast, is that correct? Am I
Yeah. So
right
it's
for saying that?
Cinema Flavor also on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and then at Cinema Flavor on social media. One word. That's what it is. Also, we're also now on Discord. So if we make more content, hopefully it'll be on here as well.
Oh, nice.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. This is very cool. This is my first time having an actual other podcast join. So,
How special.
Yeah. So well,
ultimate
before
collab.
you jump in though, Victor, I know you. I guess your crew or whatever, they're taking a little break. So hopefully it's on good terms. I'm hoping.
Yeah. We're just it's been, we've been kind of going at this all year without much of a break, and it's getting towards the holidays. People kind of want to just relax a little bit, take some time off.
Right.
So yeah, all on good terms.
Okay, there we go.
I just decided maybe, I didn't really want this to stop. I just want to keep going. So that's why I'm just continuing on my own.
That's good. That's a
makes
good
sense.
mentality.
Always on the grind. Yeah, that's
Hell
what
yeah.
we're trying to do. Yeah, that's what's
Very
up.
good, very good.
Get the cheese,
Get the cheese,
Yeah,
get the
get
bread,
that cheese,
bread,
get that Skrilla.
get the bread, the cheese, make a whole sandwich. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, BLT. So you guys, I asked you guys to pick two films, and you did that. Two films that I could not find any sort of relation. I couldn't find any sort of
Oh, you'll find why.
two very different. Yeah, I would like to know why you guys chose these films. I'm not like
There's
attacking
not really
you. But
any
why?
reason. We're just dogs chasing cars.
Yeah.
Chasing cars.
Okay.
Well, I chose Monty Python because when I first saw that movie, Monty Python, Holy Grail, when I first saw that movie, I didn't realize how old it was. And I saw how old it was, and I didn't think it was really going to make me laugh. Anytime I'd mentioned it around anyone, they're like, "You haven't seen Holy Grail, Monty Python?" I'm like, "Okay, I got to see this movie." And I watched it, and I was dying laughing. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Man, this is hilarious." But there's a lot of this requires
Really
remind
dry
me of
humor is what it is. Honestly.
yeah.
Extremely dry.
for people who have like all types of senses of humor, especially dark senses of humor. But
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's do this. We haven't done a review on it, so why not now?
I don't know, I could have sworn like I mentioned it as like my recommendation, but thanks for stealing that, Brendan.
I
You
for
did
sure
not.
remember that was a recommend that one of you guys brought up. I remember making that post.
Guilty.
Yeah, seems like to be a film that's always going to stand the test of time. Honestly.
Yeah, genuinely, like not just the Monty Python movie. No, I mean not just the Holy Grail, but I believe like all the Monty Python movies themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Stand a place in history. As like classic comedies.
And that's actually the only Monty Python film I've seen, so I was a little guilty with that. But it's this is my second time seeing it, and yeah, it doesn't get old.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Oh, you're gonna
But
love
on top
Life
of
of
that,
Brian.
I would recommend watching The Life of Brian.
Mhm.
Beautiful. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty much just like this guy who was born at the same time as Jesus Christ, So they often get confused. But his name's just Brian. He's a nobody, but sometimes he gets confused for being Jesus, and hijinks arise because of that.
And then the second film you chose was The Wrestler.
Yeah, so like here's what we do normally on the pod since there's no movies. We'll just go in rotation, and like David will pick one, and that'll be our review for the week, and then so on and so forth. And so after Brenden, it was gonna be my turn. I was gonna pick The Wrestler. So I thought, you know what? Let's do it right now. You know what I mean? Since you already had the two movies up, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, and way to ruin my day, Mark. Freaking The Wrestler.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched
So
it.
sad, isn't it?
Dude, it was like really. There's so much soul in this movie. It's like I could see myself or my dad going through a situation where like he just realizes that his whole life has passed him by, and it just hits you too hard with life, man. Why do you do this?
I know,
to
it's
me
so much fun.
every time? It's so much fun.
Oh, he had the same reaction to The Irishman.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Freaking make me realize that life is just so finite and there's so little of it and so many things to do, yet there's nothing to it. It's just a walking enigma, man. You
Just
make me
and,
question
like,
my life.
That was
On
my
a Sunday
that was my
afternoon, you
takeaway
have
with
to have this.
Irishman.
Like his Sunday's just ruined.
Sunday morning, I watched it today. As soon as I woke up.
Yeah.
So what film do you guys want to jump into first? Do you guys want to talk about Wrestler or?
Let's hop on the Holy Grail. So we
sure.
can keep it upbeat before we get depressing.
Yeah.
Well, that's my thing. I always like to mix both. Once it gets when we get too happy, we start laughing too much. I like to hit us with just hard life, depression. The Wrestler, and then switch back. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but that makes you weirdos laugh even more.
Oh yeah.
we've had many. We've talked about many like depressing subjects, but these two will just laugh maniacally, like to no end. So it doesn't.
How you put crystal meth on your wedding cake.
Yeah. I don't want to.
The thing is, he's nervous because he doesn't know if that's a joke or not. That's the thing going on here.
So, an example of how crazy these guys can get, at least with Mark as well. We worked together, and so he laughed for a good 5 minutes, just hysterically, like he's on laughing gas at the proposition of him sprinkling a little meth on my wedding cake, and. So
it just seems so hilarious. Like you can see people pop off for no reason.
That is a pretty.
They're addicted.
Yeah.
Their whole lives are ruined.
Yeah.
Just because they wanted to have fun at your wedding party, Brenden. That's it.
They're just trying to help. Just trying to help.
That help
just
is not needed.
Just enough meth to make them want to just have a light jog. Not be addicted, but just just kind of little motivation. You know what I mean?
Little boost.
Just every elderly person that's at the wedding just bouncing off the walls and then collapsing.
Yeah, they're
and
just
I mean, not knowing why.
I haven't danced in years. Wow. I wonder what's making me want to dance.
Yeah. They rekindle old lost loves because of this meth.
Marcus just saved the life of all of my family members. It's great.
Right? Like the next morning, your dad goes to the doctor and the doctor's like, sir, your diabetes, it's cured. We don't know what happened. Did you take some sort of miracle cure? We don't understand what happened.
But we did find methamphetamines in your bloodstream.
So you want to go to jail.
So you're going to jail, but you don't have diabetes, so that's the good news.
Great. You send my pops to jail. Good job.
Hey, he doesn't have diabetes though, so he's good.
So anyways, that is what this movie is. That movie is just cake laced with meth. That's exactly what this movie is.
Exactly.
The Wrestler or Monty Python?
This is a
Monty Python.
What happens in our podcast, though. We just derail so fast.
I was going to say, I really like your guys' energy in every episode.
Gotta keep it up. You'll notice because sometimes these guys will want to do a morning pod, which I hate, and the energy is kind of, at least my energy is low. These guys kind of are sort of maintained, but
here's the thing. Mark, he described me one time perfectly in terms that made complete sense to me. What was he said? I forget.
Oh, you have he has a E string in his head,
it's
a guitar string that just goes. Just making that riff.
Yeah, I'm just always constantly I'm not 0 to 100. I'm always there at 65 to 70. I'm always just there. I'm always just going. I'm never 0. I'm always 75.
I'm thinking your wedding cake was laced with meth now. It just hasn't come down.
I think my meth was laced with meth, Brenden.
Just a higher grade.
Exactly.
Speaking of meth, dude, when I first seen this movie, because I seen a like the theaters will do like a 30-year anniversary of Monty Python, right?
Yeah.
So that was the first time I had ever seen it, and so like I watched it, opening up, I was like, what the heck? Like this isn't like that, because that opening stuff with like the moose and everything like that. Like, is someone messing with it? Like it just seemed like so. Like, dude, I think someone's messing with this movie right now.
Right.
This whole freaking movie was just like a practical joke on us as the audience. Like I feel like just like the animation to like the story of how like everything happens. Like I'm just gonna. Is it okay if I just jump straight to like the point I'm thinking, or do you guys want to go like chronologically like within the movie?
We can kind of just jump around. I'm not too picky.
Okay, yeah, cool. Because I was thinking about the point where like they were in the cave, like deciphering this like old language, and then like one of the knights deciphers. He just like a yell. The guy carved into the wall a yell, and it turns it's like it's like a drawn on dragon. And they're like, but then the animator of the dragon died, and they were
he just had a heart attack.
Yeah, that part like I was just dying. I was like, it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah,
the ridiculous reason for them to be okay. The animator dies of a heart attack.
Dude, breaking that wall I think they break the fourth wall every 10 minutes or even like constantly in every scene.
Too? Oh, the cop king kills me every time.
Oh yeah.
You go back to his body and I'm just like they're doing investigations. The part when they're looking at the shrubs is
you just got straight shanked by jeez. Hilarious.
Well, the night to say yeah.
What was the? Do you guys remember the word that they hated? I forgot what the word was.
Again. Oh, it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stop saying it. Ah.
And then that woman's like, "Do your worst, knee."
Nah, no, not nah, knee. Nah, no, knee.
Yeah, there it is. There you got it. Yeah.
I thought it was meep.
No, it was knee.
No, you're me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were a meep. That's what you are.
Yeah, you're the Muppet that always goes meep, meep, meep.
Hey, you've been hanging out with Mark too much. I know you got that from him.
Yeah. No, or how about this? How about I got it from the actual source material, like the freaking Muppets, like where it's from?
No, because I've never heard you use that roast, and Mark's been roasting me for the past 3 weeks.
You got it from Mark.
Yeah, he got it from Mark.
Bear. I'm sorry, Brandon's Fozzie Bear. That's right. Brenden, Mark has opened my eyes to a new world of insulting people with Muppet references.
I think that's because like I don't think like Mel Brooks has any involvement in this, right? But there's got to be like some influence somewhere, because this is around the same time as those movies, right? Of like, was it like Spaceballs and stuff like that?
I feel like it might have been a tad.
That was 87. Yeah.
It was the 80s, and this is like 76.
Yeah.
That's a really good time for parody then.
Yeah,
like Airplane and stuff like that. Like parody must have been, I guess, like that was like their version of Funny or Die, I guess.
Right.
So you had a guy who could make a movie like that.
Yeah, that's what I really like about this film. It's very self-aware, and it doesn't matter how stupid the comedy is. There's that scene where the knight is running towards the castle, and every time it cuts back to him running towards the castle, it's like resetting. It's just it's just all nonsense and absurdity, and I really like that. That's like my favorite type of humor, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a huge fan of like Airplane.
Stuff
like that.
Yes, I love Airplane too.
I have a hard time talking about comedy. Yeah, I have a really hard time talking about comedy films because it's like hard to talk about like anything besides the jokes.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to review something that's so subjective, right?
Exactly.
It's like the movie's as good as its jokes. Because if a comedy is funny, you don't really care that it's like, oh, was the dialogue good and the cinematography? It's just it just made me laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah. And of course, there's nothing unfunnier than people talking about how funny a movie is.
Yeah.
Like as far as like an era of comedy, is this like your favorite? Victor?
Favorite era?
Yeah, just in general. Is this like this? Like I'm trying to group it into something, but I can't really, like Will Ferrell type of stuff, like SNL type of stuff, like this, or like
the era of Monty Python.
Yeah, the era of Monty Python.
Yeah, because I mean, like Comedy in general, I don't watch a whole lot of, especially a lot of recent comedy, because it's a lot of hit or a lot of misses more than hits.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um, but yeah, like Monty Python, Airplane, The Naked Gun, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of like good comedies in the '90s that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I think like, I mean, it's weird. Like so many people grow up, and I think they have this as reference to something funny. But like it's all about like what you growing up watching, right? Because I got like me, I'm a huge fan of like the early Seth Rogen stuff, like
Got it,
Pineapple
yeah.
Express and Superbad, and even that has like a little bit of Monty Python influence. I think. To
And
some
Green Hornet.
extent. I think any pothead would.
Just
would
the
agree.
absurdity.
Yeah,
Green Hornet.
Green Hornet. Yeah,
Also, sometimes well, not sometimes, but like when I was watching the movie, I was kind of thinking like, are they trying to have a message here? You know, it's like when they portray God, how he's just being such a dickhead.
Mm.
They're like, are they trying to say something here about religion? But then it's like, no, they're Monty Python. They're not saying anything. They're just trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Brain off the other
there's some social commentary like throughout the film, but it's definitely not the highlight, I would say.
Yeah, it's like they have a message, but they're not pushing it, right? You'd say.
Yeah, it's not shoved in your face. I think the funniest. I want to go over the scenes that you guys just like died over. A few more. You guys remember the rabbit? At the
Oh,
grave?
the rabbit, yes.
Yeah. And then the holy grenade of Antioch.
Yeah.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch.
The thing, like, just because, like, of course, they were limited. I mean, for a film that was limited for special effects, as far as the time, they do really well what they have as far as the art and integrating 2D and animation and all that. But just, I mean, with the rabbit, it was pretty much just, I think it was probably attached to like fishing line and like just like
Yeah, but
yanked
that's what makes
towards
it
the
so
face.
hilarious. Is how like you just see this rabbit just like flying at people like right over his face, and then it goes to a normal rabbit.
It's like, what? That's not how that works.
It makes sense to me. What, you never seen a terrible rabbit like that, bro? I grew up around those things.
Not one that viciously bites off the face of.
Oh,
people
you're privileged, then, Brendan.
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't live around demon rabbits.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, they were all over low
Some
income
of us
housing.
did.
They're all Southside Stockton, bro. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's why you grew up in the North Side. Alan Quill Days. Good for you, Brendan. Good for you.
Hey, I do what I want. Do what I want. No.
The one that always kills me is the it's before the night that he cuts all his limbs off. So there's a part before it though, where like they're running through the woods and it's supposed to look like this epic fight, like it's all closed in and they're doing it, and then like it zooms out and it's like full, and they're just like they're both kind of just clunking around with each other, just swinging around swords.
Yeah.
And he kills the dude. It's like won't show pass. That part's the one that gets me. But even then, when he cuts all his limbs off, and he's still just trash talking him.
It's like, come on, then.
We'll call it a draw. And it's so clearly like when he goes to chop off like his leg, it's not even like a cut. It's like he just taps him. You just see like whatever prosthetic is just on him, it just falls off.
Pops off. Jeez.
And you know, Brendan, that's your boy.
It is my boy. I'll claim him.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Also, to the witch. Does she float like wood?
Oh, yeah.
She's a witch, yeah.
Which
You dressed her up like a witch.
I thought it was hilarious. It was like, okay, like they're just trying to show the logic within the insanity of it. And of course, this woman, you know, she's obviously gonna be heavier than a duck, right?
I didn't think so.
But then no, all of a sudden, hey, she's actually just the same as a duck.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, Victor, we have a running joke to whereas if one of us says something we just don't agree with, like we'll just yell, which?
Or we'd be like, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I'm gonna flip Mark's titty every time he talks now.
I need to copyright that. I need to copyright that.
Cover your titty, just trademark.
No, copyright. Shut up.
Oh, that too.
Shut
That's
up,
probably
dummy.
already taken. Okay. It's probably
Ben Shapiro took it.
Yeah.
Ben
Was
Shapiro.
Shut up, dummy.
Was Bigfoot in this movie?
What happened?
Is that who? Oh no, it's a troll. I'm looking at the top 5 scenes. I was like, I remember this bridge scene, but the little troll guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
No one
like
asked
you
him
asked you
questions.
3 questions.
Yeah.
What's the capital
That
of
seems so great.
Arcadia?
What is your name? What is your favorite color? Like, what is your goal? You may pass.
They just launch themselves into the air.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that they've tried to reboot this, but I don't know how you do that without Terry Gilliam.
You
They
don't.
tried to reboot it.
Yeah, well, that's been a rumor over the last like year because they had got all together prior and had said that they were gonna maybe try to do like either another movie, another Monty Python movie, or maybe kind of just reboot it. But
Oh,
I don't know how you do that now. You know what I mean?
No. Well, you get. Remember, I said you should get Edgar Wright to do it.
Oh yeah, actually, you know
that'll
what?
work.
Weirdly enough,
Yeah.
I remember when you said that, Brenden. I was like, why does that sound like something familiar? And it turns out that he had done a Q&A with them
Oh, did he?
before like Terry had died. Yeah, it was like some
Oh.
type of like podcast or something he had done where they were touring and they had invited Edgar Wright because Edgar Wright said he got a lot of influence for I think Scott Pilgrim from like the Monty Python movies. Yeah,
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. That at least that
Yeah.
works. That's cool.
that sounds like something that did actually happen. And I remember I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So honestly, yeah, I guess maybe Edgar Wright would be cool to do that. Like that'd be actually pretty interesting. Just let him just kind of do what he wants.
I guess in terms of like contemporary comedy directors, he probably fits more closely in line with Terry Gilliam and those guys
Right.
than anyone else.
I mean, he certainly has that type of sense of humor, or at least he understands it. I think you can't really get too many people in there who could like make those kind of long segue jokes, like the dead historian and stuff like that. Like they'd be missing that part,
For sure.
Yeah.
or just like taking a bit and just like for example the grenades. It's like no, you throw it on 3. Sure, but no,
One,
with 2.
2, 5.
Yeah,
No, 3. Oh, 3.
and then they get back to the movie part.
Yeah. I wonder how much. I think this movie might have the same problem that The Office does, whereas the comedy and the jokes would get whoever's making it canceled in today's climate. Like
Oh,
how
yeah,
like the Office would throw a whole bunch of gay jokes and race jokes, and we're like, oh, it's hilarious, but you I don't know if you could do that now. I mean, you could, but
you could.
you'd
It's
get
just
canceled.
about how much you want to kowtow to the PC groups.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
Right,
have to
right.
walk on eggshells pretty hard to make this
Yeah.
kind of jokes. Because then,
You
like,
need
once you
somebody
make the
who's fair.
joke, then you have to like backpedal hella hard the
Mhm.
second you finish like the setup, and then like deliver the punchline. You have to, oh no, I'll just kidding. I'm sorry, or something. I don't know, something along those lines.
Yeah. Monty Python will make a joke like that, and that will just be it, and they'll go on to the next thing. You're like, oh,
Right.
it's hilarious.
No, I feel like they make it worse. Honestly, they would like just look into the camera and say something about like something along the lines like, "Screw you, cancel culture. PC language is garbage." You know, what, I'm gonna make a 2-hour movie just saying that now. Good job, Brennan.
Oh, you're very welcome. As long as I get my money, it's fine.
Shut up.
I want to.
What about money with you? You're a whore.
I want my my
Really,
cut.
Brenden?
Hey, don't,
We can still make our OnlyFans do reviews on their naked.
did they turn you against me? Don't you turn against me too? That's a Star Wars reference.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
Just making sure. I want to make sure everybody gets the meme and Star Wars references that pop up.
No, go ahead. Explain it, Brendan.
Well, since I'm the de facto Star Wars fan, I love Kathleen Kennedy for everything she's done.
Absolutely.
I bow
Shut up,
down
man.
to that woman.
I love it.
Oh yeah. What about that half hour rant?
Oh,
Yeah.
the one-
Do not put that in my movie.
No, I love that one.
You're done. You're done. You're
David,
fired.
Me and you are
David,
going to
do you have that video?
What video?
The one that we took of Mark.
Oh, dude,
Mark
I will
around.
never delete that to like for any reason in the world. I have
have
this
it?
like 40-minute rant of drunk Mark. Like he's drunk off his ass. He is just yelling profanity and cursing Kathleen Kennedy's name and everything wrong she's done with the Star Wars properties.
Oh,
And
jeez.
honestly, for a blackout drunk Mark, he was making a lot of good comments actually. A lot of
Good job,
good.
David, I need you to show that to Mark because for the past 2 weeks he just doesn't believe that happened, and because
Really?
I don't have the video.
Yeah, there's a video. But there's no video.
There is. Wait, Brandon, didn't you record it too?
I did, but for some it's not in my Google Photos and it's deleted, and I think Mark got in my phone or something.
You dummy. You
Victor will send that to you too, just for kicks.
Just for good measure.
Drop it in the chat.
Yes.
We'll put it at the end of this podcast for everyone to see.
Link in
beautiful.
description.
You just leave a YouTube video. Oh, hey, we should post on the YouTube channel. There you go.
Well,
First
if
video
you
out there.
show me the video, because I don't know what video you're talking about.
No, I'm gonna post on YouTube first, and then I'll show you from
Well,
there.
then go for it.
All right, I'll do that.
Oh,
It's gonna be titled Kathleen Kennedy in a Bow.
Nick
How's that?
Beard loses his mind. That's what we're gonna call it.
I'm taking her to eat seafood today.
Yeah,
Kathleen Kennedy.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Is that what you call sleeping with the fishes?
Yeah.
How do we get on Star Wars again? Every pod.
I feel like you guys always get on Star Wars.
It's either Star Wars or what's that She-Ro's face name again? Captain Marvel. There you go.
Don't you dare mention her name on this pod. You know how angry
Brie
I get
Larson.
when I hate Captain Marvel. Not the comic book characters.
doesn't
are
like
okay,
What? Redding, go ahead. No,
He doesn't like the
what?
feminist agenda.
no,
you
her
hate
movie
women?
was no. No, her movie was just terrible, and I just
It was pretty lame.
So what Brenden is saying, if it was like 2 hours of her like cooking and cleaning in some man's house, then
Oof.
he would approve 100%.
listen. We can.
She's following the rules.
Oh man.
And then when she tries to go fight the Kree, commanding officer says, "Did you finish washing up yet?"
Jeez,
Let you in here.
We're gonna get shut down, guys.
Dang.
If you go back to our pods, you can hear Mark and David say some pretty rash.
Oh yeah, we are outlandish as all heck. Yes.
I can tell.
I've never said anything like that, honestly.
Stop. Don't let him lie to you.
He's the reason I'm like this.
What's up? You guys want
Oh,
you
yeah?
guys want to hop in the wrestler? Get some.
Why are you
stat
trying to jump so
existential
quick? We haven't finished.
Wow,
We've
Mark,
we've been
dude.
derailed so many times.
crisis? Yeah.
It's only been
David
like
doesn't want that. Look at it. He's sad. He's crying now.
I am.
what
I mean, is
about
there
that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering if there's anything else you guys want to talk about. Was there any like notes you guys had about the movie? I mean,
Trojan horse.
Trojan horse. Oh yeah.
That whole just deal where they were trying to sneak in those were they French?
Oh yeah,
I
the
think so.
French.
Yeah.
Ah,
Did
fuck, man, your general.
Did you say you saw the? Remember that video you showed me, like the people from Halloween doing that?
Yes. That was hilarious. They based on that scene, some dad for Halloween built like a cardboard castle, and when the kids came up, he pretended to be the little army guys insulting them. He's like, "You do not get in the candy, get away! I fought in your general direction," and he just throws candy up.
Nice.
Those kids don't even know what that means.
What if you just turned to like 12-year-olds are just really into Monty Python?
Yeah, hey, more power to him.
Yeah.
There you go.
But you don't know where it's coming from. It's just like, what? Why is everyone watching Monty Python? As like my brother and his friend, they're really getting into like the Beastie Boys. Like that's like low key starting to come into like culture for like kids today.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
So there's hope now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure about all these others. You know, I'm so far gone with like today's like musical like generation. I don't know what they're into, but like I hear it and I'm like I don't like it.
What? Oh,
Well, but then like recently though, I did hear like these like female rappers. They like started singing like the old style of rap. You know, like about like drugs and violence and stuff. I'm like, yeah. Yeah,
style.
okay. There's
The
still
good
hope
old
out there.
days.
Okay.
It's still happening.
Yeah. Violence and brutality. That's what's gonna save us. Yeah. Good job, America.
Great.
All right. I can rest easy now.
You know what scene I didn't completely get was when they were in that cat. It was one of the castles, and it was the ladies dressed in white. There were like a bunch of nurses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brenden, they're just horny like ladies, man. They haven't had pipe in like years.
Dude, I felt so bad for that dude when they came and rescued him.
Oh no,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because they were gonna be like, "Yeah, we want to do this to you," and he's like, "Okay," and they're like, "No, we're."
And you have to spank us for punishment. Yeah, thank you.
And then we had to finish off with oral sex. and then they come in like, no, we're to rescue you. No, I'll rescue myself later.
Fine.
He must have done something terrible to deserve that fate.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to know. I mean, there's just a handful of scenes like them crossing the bridge. Like, what's your favorite color? Blue. It's like, wait, no, yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then freaking King Arthur like Well, what kind of swallow? The African swallow or the American swallow? Oh, I don't know. And then he goes flying off.
Just that sudden just jolt into the air. It's just, oh, it kills me.
Crazy. Oh man. Oh, and one more scene. I keep forgetting because I'm watching. I keep I'm watching it now as well. What's his name? I even forgot his name. But when there's so many castles, but the prince or the king or whatever, and he's like, "You keep an eye on my son. Don't let him leave."
Oh, yeah.
They're like, "Yes, we will keep an eye on him and let him leave." He's like, "No, that's not what I said." I just want you guys to know that entire scene is pretty much me and Mark when we're working together.
Oh, yeah. Dude, honestly, I was thinking that too. I was like, so basically, you want me to drink the water?
I'll be like, Mark, plug in the pressure washer here and do this. He's like, okay, do this and
Hold
then
up.
go sit down. Like, no.
Turn right.
Yeah, and then after that, the next scene where like I know you touched on a little bit where they were just seeing like you just see the knight in the same like position every time like they could cut back to him.
Yeah.
But then after that, he just starts murking everyone for no reason.
For like a minute straight.
They're not even like fighting back; they're just dancing around,
Yeah.
not even reacting to the slaughter. He just keeps murking every single one of them.
I don't know if you could. I mean, you could probably get away with it with an R. I just don't know how that would work as if this movie came out like in 2020.
Oh, I don't think it's that offensive of a film.
No,
I got it. I know how they play it off. The thing is, they would have a man with the gun, and then like he's rescuing someone from a child's school, and then just repeat the same scene.
Man with a gun.
Like that.
That is so horrible. That is terrifying that you just turned a school shooting into a comedy.
Hey, I didn't say it, did I?
You, David.
I could have said a BB gun. You let me finish.
I mean, whatever he implied, you're the one who came up with the thought.
What? See how the turntables have turned.
There you go.
Jeez.
Yet again, something else that's always your fault, Brendan.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, if you just let people just kind of like be offended, like they'll kind of just tire themselves out.
Right.
Well,
Instead of tire themselves out, just like screaming children, just
like for example, like last week, there has been this like, just heads up spoilers for The Mandalorian, kind of, sort of.
Wait, did you watch it, Victor?
I've never seen an episode.
Oh, so.
Oh, okay. So this is part a little baby Yoda is like eating eggs.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yes, and there's like the show is promoting genocide or something like that, and they kind of just left it alone, right? And then now this week episode came out, and now everyone's freaking out because like it was really good, and just kind of hey, didn't matter. They didn't have to apologize, nothing, right?
Yeah,
people will always come back.
Well, here's the thing: people don't really have a problem with genocide. It's a good thing,
especially ones that happen in a galaxy
far away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In a fictional world.
Yeah, what were we saying, Victor?
Oh, I mean, I haven't seen the episode, but I just was a little confused by the outrage. I'm like, what is this even? Can you even complain about this? Like, this doesn't even seem. This seems like a non-issue. This is
just a bunch of Karens, honestly.
I want to know who was complaining though.
I think people are just everybody's combined to their house and they're getting achy and they just need something to complain about. So they, it's, oh, Baby Yoda, how dare you eat unborn lizard fictitious children that don't exist? How dare you?
Not my Yoda.
Yeah, not my Yoda.
Yeah. Well, do you guys want to? We do ratings on the show. I know you guys do like letter grades, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We do ratings.
Yeah, we do ratings.
Do you guys want to hop into the ratings? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys can do letters or numbers or stars. Doesn't really matter to me.
I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 on this one.
Okay.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I was gonna agree with Mark right now. Just do straight up 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for me, fellas. 10 out of 10.
You have no standards, though, Brandon. That means nothing to me.
How dare you?
I'm gonna do a 4 out of 5.
Oh, okay. It was out of 5?
Okay.
Oh, 5 out of 5 then.
I mean, yeah, you guys can go off your own scale. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I didn't know which rating scale. Metric.
Mark, Brennan, here's the thing, though. At the end of all this, we're all just flying dust floating in the middle of black of nothing.
I give the show 10 flurbos.
10 flurbos. 20 squirбos. 15 Garibos.
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 So yeah, we'll talk about the wrestler.
Here we go.
Hold on, let me do my entrance real quick. Let me play the John Cena music.
Oh no, please don't. Please.
There we go. Yeah, all right.
Bro, this is like the pinnacle of like humanity. I'd say
The human condition.
Yeah, exactly. The human condition. Just a man who chased his dreams so hard and failed and has nothing to show for it.
Yeah, just like Monty Python.
Just like Monty Python, exactly.
So should I take steroids or no?
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That's clearly what this film was.
You're black. You got some room. You got some wiggle
steroid.
room.
Have you guys seen this film before?
No, this was my first time.
Yes, very much, many times.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is like one of these movies. Like personally, I have like this little category in my mind where I know it's a great film. Like I really enjoyed it, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would never watch it again. Like never in my life. Huh?
Was it too heavy for you?
It wasn't that it was too heavy. It's just like I watch TV and film to escape the reality of life for the most part.
Yeah.
And this was just too. It was just too real. Like I just like I just said right now. It's just a man who tried his best to make a life better for himself, and eventually find out his daughter and his wife. But then he just fails tremendously, and then he ends up giving up halfway through, leaves his daughter, and he still tries to continue on his dream. And then at the end of it, he's just a broken, battered man with nothing to show for it, but a couple of white trash people calling his name out in a small arena.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
So he's living the dream.
He's living the dream, yeah.
Is this a representative of Mickey Rourke's career? Is he
Yes, very much so.
I mean, I know he's making some movies, but I haven't heard nothing of them. So just
there
saying.
you go, exactly.
Yeah, it was, like watching this movie, because as a fan of wrestling, right? You watch some of these guys, and every once in a while, one of those guys will just kind of fall off into just a circuit wrestling like that, where you're just wrestling at like a high school gym on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? But I still get excited because it's like, hey, that's Balls Mahoney. And it turns out Balls Mahoney's living in his car or something. Like, oh my god, it's terrible.
Like Ric Flair.
Still a fan, yeah. It's just I there's wrestlers like The Rock and John Cena that kind of segue into other stuff, right? And they have the charisma and everything. And then there's just some guys who just like the 80s were the best times for them, and then they fell off, and unfortunately they don't have skills or and like the knowledge to kind of just have like a normal job or anything. They just
literally have nothing else.
This is it, you know what I mean? And it slowly falls off. Like WWE doesn't even call them anymore and stuff like that. It's awful, but it's kind of the life for some of these guys. And I kind of like how this movie portrays that, just to show like this is very real for some of these dudes, because wrestling doesn't pay a lot. I know it feels like it does, but it's you're probably making tens of thousands, or either tens of thousands or hundred thousands in a year.
Oh,
right? And you're never
it's,
home.
It's the
right?
promoters who are making most of the money.
Yeah. No, it's not like a football player where you can blow all through your money and you don't feel bad for them.
Yeah, I really appreciate the non-glamorous approach to all of it. Like, I really do appreciate some a topic like this, because I don't know anything about the wrestling world. I can assume it can be pretty dirty, but I love seeing this kind of grittier, more depressing take on this topic. Because like one scene in particular that I thought was very sobering was when he goes to, it was like a meet and greet with a bunch of other wrestlers.
Oh
yeah.
Dude, that part
freaking
me, yeah.
like 10 wrestlers there in a small little room with just taking Polaroids with kids, or
just like a handful of people coming in and talking to them, and he's like looking around at the wrestlers. Some of them are like just sleeping, kind of nodding off, and like you can tell like back in the heyday he was something. He was
somebody in this. Honestly, we have not within the last year, but we have cons, Comic Cons, and we get like these little ones, and every once in a while we get like a fairly big wrestler
or a Power Ranger.
They'll come here and it's just like you see them and they're like, dude, yeah, you really are just selling $100 headshots of you.
Yeah.
Brenden, you remember that one the midget guy who's like trying to sell us like a picture of him for $25. Like you can take a picture.
The guy who was on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. That guy. I'm like, bro, like no one cares about you. Like, shut up.
There's somebody somewhere. Martin Kleba. That's what his name was. Martin
Plumbus.
No, not Plumbus.
Yeah,
I remember.
like,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I'd imagine like the people who like genuinely feel excited for like to see him. Would it, like I remember, I don't know if you guys have seen like Crank 2 with Jason Statham.
Haven't seen that yet.
No. Well, like I love those like outlandish action movies where like nothing makes sense, and it's you just watch it just to see people get their face bashed in, you know, and then like it happens to be a good movie. You know, it wasn't made to be a good movie; it just happened to be it. And I just really enjoy those. You know, just shut your brain off and just enjoy like all this mindless, absurd action.
Like Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, like every other. Exact. No, you shut your face. Oh, yeah, I forgot I hated that movie.
Oh, I got
that movie even existed. Oh my god, I hate you. You know, we're all 3 for 3 now. Are you happy now? We're all on equal playing fields now, Brenden. Good job. Good for you.
Good
for you.
Are you saying you don't like Hobbs and Shaw?
I hate it with a passion, my guy.
He loves this movie.
First of all, he went to go see that movie with a headache that he already had. And so I think that just made it worse.
Okay. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. What happened was I went to watch this movie after work. I had a mild headache, which normally goes away within like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it got so much worse within the first 30 minutes of watching this film spoke volumes to me.
You're staring at a large lit screen. Of course, it's going to make your headache worse.
It's Nick.
But it's because it was Hobbs and Shaw. That's the point.
Here's the thing. Individually, I love like the main 3 guys of this film. You know, I love The Rock. I love Jaden Statham. I love freaking Idris. I love Idris Elba. I love them all individually as actors, and they seem kind of cool as as a normal person, as people off the screen, right? Mm-hmm. I absolutely hated this film with all my. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to love this movie. I'm a big fan of the Transporter films. I'm a big fan of freaking, like I said, the Crank movies of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm a big fan of Idris Elba. He's easily one of my top 5 favorite actors of all time, and I just could not I couldn't even like this film whatsoever.
But Kevin Hart was in it.
I will murder you in your sleep.
He was in it for like 3 seconds. It was great.
Okay, you know what? I did give it that one thing. Like Kevin Hart, like I don't really like watching him in movies, but he was like the one. I don't want to say saving grace because that's giving it way too much credit.
Yeah.
My headache was slightly better, if that makes any sense. It was slightly better for the 10 seconds he was in the movie. I was like, okay, this made me chuckle.
I still think your headache got worse because you were looking at a giant lit screen with loud
Brenden, I've watched plenty of movie theaters with plenty of headaches before. They go away eventually. Within like 30 minutes, like I say. Okay, this isn't my first rodeo. Okay, honey. Okay, honey.
Damn, you just went full elderly black woman on me. You said, okay, honey. Let me tell you
something, sugar. All right. Yeah, no, I have plenty of reasons. I could name all the reasons why I hate this movie. But you see, Brenden, this is your fault. You always need to derail. This is all you, man.
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful.
Well, we can wrap up the Hobbs and Shaw. What's your rating for it?
10 out of 10.
I will murder you in your sleep. Freaking. You know what? I will be nice. 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll be nice.
I think I gave it like a 2 out of 10, or 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. That's times 2 more than it deserves, honestly.
Or 1.5. I can't remember.
A 2 out of 5 is just a 6 out of 10 for the 10.
It's 4 out of 10, you idiot. I hate you so much, Brenden. You got me so triggered right now. I'm sorry, Brenden. You don't deserve that.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh, love you too.
I'll give you a French kiss after this.
No, now you just. Don't. No.
Oh, but did you not explain to him our situation?
It's only weird if you make it weird. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna.
I thought you say you're open about it now.
gonna text your wife right now and tell her you are.
It's like, no, that's what happens, right?
Yeah, no, he's told me plenty of times,
that
Yeah.
this. Don't believe them. This is not a thing.
I'll try my best.
Victor, believe this. This
Believe
is very
it.
real.
Oh my god.
It's
I'm
only real
torn.
to Brenden. You see, I keep up this joke for his sake, honestly.
No, you don't need to.
I mean, last time I tried, you you felt very threatened of your manhood. So, I just decided to take the higher road and just keep going with the joke. You're welcome, by the way. So,
Oh,
I forgot the point I was trying to make about the wrestler, man. You suck. Man.
I don't even know.
jeez.
What movie are we talking about?
Too?
Hobbs and Shaw.
When he hits him with a flying elbow.
I hate you guys so much. You know what? I'm glad Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars. I'm just trying to like personally hurt Mark right now.
No, I honestly, what she did was wonderful.
I will show you a 40-minute video of you just ranting and raving.
I think she certainly set up some new perspective.
Did she direct the wrestler?
No. Great, that'd be if she did. No, actually, it's Darren Aronofsky. You did Mother. You ever seen Mother?
Oh yeah.
Or Black Swan.
Is that frightening movie with the lady and the
Yes.
kids?
Yes.
Oh. Yikes. Okay.
What were some? Let's get back to the wrestler.
Please.
What what are some standout scenes for you guys?
For me, it's definitely the him working in that deli, right? And he's just kind of working his normal life, but he finds a way to almost like enjoy it, right? Like the way he talks to people, he's still working on his charisma. Like that's the wrestler part of him, like still trying to cut promos and like be cool with fans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting. Of like, because like as a wrestler, it's one thing to wrestle, but then also too you need to have like this natural ability to like make people not like you or like you on a dime, right? That's why I like our president so much, because he knows how to do that.
Yeah. He actually was on wrestling, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's in the WWE Hall of Fame.
That's right.
I was gonna say Trump knows how to cut a promo, dude. And so like to cut a promo, like to do that and work like that and still just find some enjoyment, even though you're washed up and stuff like that. It's almost like it's enlightening to know that dude doesn't want to put a gun to his head. Like he's still willing to have some drive and be a wrestler.
I will say, sometimes with these wrestling movies, and I haven't seen a whole lot. I think, no, actually, that wasn't even wrestling. That was boxing. Cinderella Man. But with films like this, the realism that they use as far as the injury is concerned, when he was, who was he wrestling? They used like $1 to like pin his head or something.
Oh yeah. Necro.
Yeah, that was like the big cage match of the season or something like that, right?
Yeah, and I was like,
it wasn't a cage match, but yeah.
It just made me cringe. Because I'm like, it's one thing to act like you're in pain, which I mean, of course they were, because they weren't actually getting cut up. I hope not. But like the staples and everything, I was like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that ECW stuff where you're like getting hit with like, what's the LED lights?
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that, and thumbtacks. It's just like, that to me is not really wrestling. That's just barbaric. I just want people to get hit with stuff.
Who stabs people with work? Who does that?
Yeah, I would.
Is that a wrestling move that is approved?
Yes, everything's approved.
That should.
Yeah, they call that Extreme Rules. That's what it is.
As long as you get the crowd cheering and roaring, they don't care what you do.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they don't care if like, there's been multiple times where like people die in the ring, right?
Yeah. But I thought that was
like I said, they literally don't care as long as you get like the views and the audience like cheering or booing. They want interaction. That's all they want, my guy.
Well, I thought that was more
hardcore?
like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought that was more like if somebody like does a flip and they crack their neck or they like get hit a certain way and they.
Well, those are like dangerous moves. These are actual athletes. They're like trying to perform like feats that are, like very dangerous to perform. They don't have any rules because like if they say, oh, you can't do anything more than 2 flips to like make a flourishing finish to like your opponent, then like if you try to go for that third, that's against rules. You're gonna get fired or whatever. But no, like they don't have that rule because if you do like a 4th flip and you still land it, the crowd's gonna go freaking insane, right?
That's outrageous.
But hey, if it happens, dude, that's literally all it is, just reaction, interaction for the audience, man.
So it's like the Greek-Roman sort of.
Yeah, no, that's literally what they're pretty much. Yeah, gladiators, man.
Oof, man, we've not grown so much as a society, have we?
No, Brenden, no, we have not. We still murder for looking at each other wrong on the streets.
Oh man, I think
We live in Stockton our whole lives. You should know this. You know this by now.
that's so depressing.
Yeah. Like, hey, did you look at my Cheetos? Did you look at my bag of hot Cheetos? Bah, bah, bah.
And you
Bro.
get broken through a table.
There you go. Exactly.
That's how we should handle things.
There you go.
Mhm.
No, but like
Yeah.
two specific scenes that really just got to me. Was one like somewhere in the beginning where the wrestler was just he was locked out of his house because he didn't have money to pay for his rent in like this broken down boony part of town, and he just ended up sleeping in his car. And the next morning he gets waking up like all these kids just banging on his freaking van. At the beginning I'm like, oh my god, this guy's gonna like punch these kids in the face. But then you see like he's actually just he goes with it. He rolls with the punches. He's like, oh yeah, who the hell's banging on my door? Choke slam you, karate chop you. He's just playing with the kids. I'm like, oh, that's it's very nice, but still very depressing.
Yeah,
Like this man did not have a
this
place
man
to
made
live.
$200 to wrestle in a ring.
This man made $200 to not have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
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 That was very heartwarming and endearing, but at the same time, like I said, just very depressing. And the second part that got me was when he asked his boss in the deli to give him the weekend shifts, but all he had was working in the deli section, and just him walking through walking through the freaking store, and then that break room. I'd never want to see a break room like that for the rest of my life.
Oh my god.
Just like freaking from working like from Medline and stuff like that. Like because me and Mark used to work at Medline together, and that break room just looked too familiar to like our bullpen.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh god, I never want to see that in my life again.
I think it was in that scene too when I think it's when Randy first goes to the deli, and it's that long take of him walking to the deli, and as he gets closer
the one
to
shot.
as he gets closer to the counter, you can hear like a crowd start to cheer and chant
Oh Jesus!
as he's walking up to that
the
walking
little
up to the
classic
door.
thing.
Yeah. Takes a deep breath and just walks through. That was such like a very powerful moment.
Can I tell you, I do that all the time.
That's what it
Mark,
feels
you're
like.
insane. You think Kathy Kennedy is a good director or whatever she is?
Like I'll just be like, "This is my entrance right now," and then I'll walk through like a door.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times where we go through the store and Mark like just busts through like picture two doors that just swing and he just pushes them straight through and just walks through and people are
Flings
looking
them. This man flings the doors.
It's
They're like-
so much fun, dude.
I gotta start trying that.
and you see like me or Dave in the background just shaking her head like, oh man.
Yeah, it's like the most me and
guy.
Brandon would do is like, well, like when you're a kid, you just like step on those like self-moving doors that just slide open. We'll just do the
Yeah.
little force thing. That's the most we'll do, right?
I'll do that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, no, but Mark over here, like we said, just freaking grabs the doors and just flings them out. Like he's like making the grandest entrance in the world.
Oh my God.
Absolute
And then you guys
madman.
spit water.
Exactly. Oh, speaking of which, like another story of Mark being drunk in my apartment, almost getting me kicked out like in the first month that I was moving there. This man legit like took out a bottle of like my mouthwash out of the bathroom,
Oh
just-
no.
took a giant mouthful of it, kicked my door open, like goes to the rest of the apartments, and just spits out all this water, just hecka loud. And then I legit like grab him and sumo slam him back into the apartment, and I slam the door shut. And he just starts dying laughing. He's like apologizing at the same time though. I'm like, no, bro, it's fine. Just don't get me kicked out. Like it's funny. Just please stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marks off them shits.
It was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
He's insane.
You know what's the other interesting Marissa Tomei, like how she kind of got incorporated into this, and like his relationship he kind of didn't really have. To me, that was the depressing part of like how much he hated the 90s, but it was like, well, the 90s happened like 20 years ago at this point. Like, what are you so mad at?
Is that on May? Wow.
You didn't realize it was her?
No, I did. I was just like, but that was when I first saw her, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's always a very pleasant surprise when you see familiar actors and old stuff,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, she was in this too. Cool. But as far as movies like this, as to where we get a lot of films that have happy endings or endings with the resolved sort of, even if the character loses, he sort of is resolved within himself of what he needs to do and get. This movie, I didn't get so much of a vibe from it. as of that because it was very much like he's in a rut. This where
No, he got the resolution. He's dead. He's fine.
I was gonna say he probably died.
Yeah, he definitely died.
it's not a. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, he feels no more pain, Brenden. He's the lucky one here. He feels no more pain.
I guess. But
What did you understand? He's the one who won this out of the situation.
I found the ending to be really interesting. It's like he kind of pushes away his daughter on accident,
mhm.
and then
Oh,
Melissa's character Pam, he just decides, you know what, wrestling is really all I have, and even though I might die by doing one more round, he still goes for it because that's really all he has. I think that's a very powerful ending. It reminds me a little bit because David, you brought up The Irishman, and
Yeah.
like it's just this guy kind of sticking to what he knows and what he does, and like with The Irishman, you have De Niro kind of like, I'm not going to tell you who was involved in all these crimes. And whatnot.
yeah.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, he just like talked to my lawyer. He's like, he's dead.
Yeah,
They're all dead. You're not
I kinda got the
protecting
same-
anyone.
yeah. I kind of got the same feeling here. It's just this broken man who doesn't have anything anymore, and he's just going to stick to my guts.
Yeah, because I feel like the biggest part for me is just like just the message it gives me personally, where it's like it's not really, I'm not really focused on, Mickey Rooney, he ruined his life in the movie, but I'm more just thinking about the overall message, like, wow, life really is just so complicated but yet so simple and precious, and there's so much of it but there's so little of it. I get really whatever, that word.
Yeah.
With these movies, so I just don't like thinking about that when I'm trying to enjoy a film.
Right.
Like I said, it's a great film, but I will never watch it again in my life.
That's fair.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, pretty much sums everything up. Also, The Irishman.
I'm interested in seeing what your rating is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be higher, but
Oh yeah, it's very high rating. But like I said, never watch it in my life again. Great
wow.
film.
What if I paid you?
Yeah. I'll take it $40.
How many of you guys wrestle for it?
If I give you, no, I'll give you $20.
Give you a DDT right in the
All
mouth.
right, $20. I'll do it.
All right, cool.
I'm getting something out of it.
These guys don't believe in Apple Pay. I just want to bring that out.
They do.
No,
not
my
have
Apple
an
Pay doesn't work. I told you
Venmo.
this.
Venmo is just a way for the man to get my money. Okay, Apple Pay is.
What do you think
it's
Apple Pay is?
Like Apple Pay?
no, it's run by a dead guy. So, just saying, Steve Jobs.
Are there other fees
So-
with Apple Pay?
No, it's just solid transfer. Yeah, that's right. Apple Pay does not fee any money when you transfer,
See,
or
that makes it better than Venmo.
yeah, it makes it way better. Venmo,
Well, 10%. Who cares?
Exactly.
so much money. It's like a whole,
Brandon's just being a weenie junior.
that's a whole nickel.
He's being a soft cock right now.
My nickel, sir. Don't take it away from me. But
Stop being a soft cock right now. Be a hard cock.
stop. That's why I
Speaking
can't
of which, I'm
take you.
so surprised Mickey Rourke could get it up in the bathroom.
Hey, cocaine is a miracle drug, man.
Do you guys remember that scene with where he's buying the steroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that dude, he got caught with steroids.
Who?
Like in real life, the guy was selling them to him,
Yeah.
Scott Steinberg.
Is he a wrestler or what?
No, he was. I think he works with other wrestlers. But there was like some report that came out a couple years ago where like he got arrested and he had the rapper Designer.
Mhm.
No.
He was like driving him somewhere and they got pulled over and he got caught with like narcotics and like steroids in his car. Everyone was like they blamed it on Designer because he was the one in the car. Like, dude, you doing steroids? Like, no, this dude drove me around and he had steroids in his car.
It's like they're a prescription. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I need these.
Hey, the man has to make a living too.
I suppose.
I still don't believe any wrestler does steroids. It's all determination and focus.
There you go. Yeah.
It's all propaganda.
Macho Man Randy Savage definitely did steroids. Ric Flair.
Never done anything. No illegal substances or foreign substances in his body at all.
That man died honorably
Depth
in his 30s.
his 40s. He got 41. Maybe he had something else wrong with him. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't scream I was doing drugs at all.
It
40
doesn't.
years old.
It's all clean, bro.
Clearly.
What about you, Victor? What have you seen The Wrestler before, prior to this, or is it your first
No,
watch?
this is
And
this
have
is
you
my
also
first
done
time.
steroids before?
Really?
Hold
Doing
on,
steroids?
one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean I haven't seen this before. I've only actually seen Pie and Mother from Darren. Oh, and Noah.
Okay, what about Black Swan?
No, I haven't seen Black Swan or Requiem for a Dream. Both I really want to see, but I mean, I really dig his style here. One thing that kind of bugged me though was some of the handheld cinematography was a little annoying at points.
Well, I mean, when you're trying to shoot wrestling scenes, I feel like you kind of need that, right, to do some handheld stuff.
Oh, for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. There's like a lot of beautiful photography in here, especially during those wrestling scenes. Like, it's very up close. It's very dirty. Like over, and also I think it was shot on film too, if I remember right, like 16 millimeter, I think.
Huh. Well, that
Yeah, there's a tightness to it that really haven't noticed.
Yeah, but I dig it. It's like, even though I don't know anything about wrestling, and I think that's what makes I think a really good sports film. If you don't know anything about the topic, it doesn't really matter all too much.
Right.
And that's what, like, I think with this film, I don't know anything about wrestling, but I'm still like 100% entertained and into the characters, into the story. I think it was great overall. There was nothing really in it that I didn't like. Is there anything you guys didn't like about the film?
This is kind of like a little like nitpick. I just thought it was ridiculous where the daughter's girlfriend just left because the wrestler was just in the house. I was like, why are you mad? He's just there. Like, he didn't like stand you up on the dinner. Like, he stood up your girlfriend. Like, why are you the one that's mad and leaves? That's just like a little nitpick on my part. I was like, I just thought that part was stupid, honestly.
She probably just went to a movie with a headache the day before, and like she's just and didn't want to see him in
and
the
then she
house.
was fine 30 minutes after because normal headaches go away if the movie's good enough.
I mean, if you say so.
You know what? I have a new rating system, the headache system. If the movie makes your headache go away, it's a good film. If it doesn't, it's terrible.
So we have to give you a headache first, a mild headache, and then
Brenden, just talking to you gives me a headache already.
should I I'll give you a nice little tap on the head right there. Just
no, you don't understand. I have just a migraine growing right now, the size of a tumor.
The louder I speak, the better it gets, right?
No, honestly, the quieter you get, but as long as I can hear just a whisper of your voice.
David.
Oh God.
David.
Just I would apologize to Vic though. Like, I forget not everyone has ADD like I do and can like keep up with multiple like conversations at the same time. So like before, I was like, oh, one thing at a time, please. I was like, oh, my bad.
No, I was teasing you. No, I'm just, I'm getting used to the rhythm of your guys' conversation. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, we jump around a lot, but
It's all good.
Yeah, and sometimes like if we bring on like our fourth man, Tyler, like like we'll just have our own individual conversations with each other. And just tear up the audio.
Hear it, because it'll be like maybe David and me will be talking, and then you'll hear like in the back because Mark and Tyler are having they're just regular, not even on the pod, just talking. It'll switch.
Yeah. So did you do cardio this weekend? Oh no, I skipped cardio. Yeah, no, I just hit the weights. Honestly, I just went home after I showered. That's it. And that's the conversation. But yeah, nothing that has to do with the pod.
Oh, it happens. I mean, we go off topics so often. Like, I think the last episode we went on about what Animal Crash Bandicoot was, and it had nothing to do with anything. It happens.
I'd say an echidna or something. No,
Isn't he a fox?
No, he's a. Oh damn! I just looked this up last week.
David,
I'm not going to get into it.
It's like a Japanese animal.
I thought it was a dingo.
Yeah, dingo.
He was a marsupial or something like that.
Also, I did forget to ask you before the pod. Do you guys normally get like crass and vulgar on your guys' pod or no?
Sometimes. I mean, we're not super raunchy or anything.
No.
But
okay.
I mean,
So I probably should have been censoring myself. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. Don't worry about
that.
Yeah, what's done is done. Let's just salt the earth and move on.
It's over.
Wait for that.
You get a little liquid courage in this guy. You have to every.
Oh yeah, you're lucky. Yeah, you're lucky. I didn't have like a sip of beer. That's all I need.
It would have been over, huh?
Yeah, this guy.
I just need an excuse, honestly. I don't need to be drunk. I just need an excuse. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. That wasn't me. I had some alcohol in my system. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Did I say that?
he's a Mexican Rick. That's what he is. Just
Oh, okay.
We've been through this. Rick is Mexican. His name is Sanchez, for God's sake.
he's half, whatever.
You know what? He's our representation. You know, he's our freaking Black Panther. He's our Mexican hero. I claim him.
Yeah, you don't get to claim him.
I do.
Yeah, it says Sanchez is Hispanic in origin. In the audio commentary for the episode, I'm not going to say what the name is. Rick was confirmed to be of Hispanic descent. So
Called it.
he's a descent. Okay, he's like 5%, whatever.
Just like your descent of Africa. I mean,
How dare you, Victor? Do you know what we look like? Have you seen?
I think I.
The reason I asked is because we can get kind of racy, but I don't want you to think that we're. I don't know if I sound like a.
White guy.
Yeah. Let me tell you like this. Brenden is like he's Nigerian in color.
Yes.
In color.
Brendan's Nigerian in color. Marcus is red as any Native American, and I am just as brown as it gets from south of the border.
Okay. Good to know.
Very ethnically mixed.
I'm white at heart.
Welcome, brother.
He was just so genuine. He was like, "Well, I'm just Caucasian.
I'm just a
I don't
Caucasian
know.
male. Greetings.
I do my W-2s. I have a 401k. My investments have seen a substantial growth over the years, and yeah.
Hey, how the hell did you know that?
Well, I can just hear in your voice. Yeah.
Oh, right.
There's a there's a TikTok video where this Asian guy, he's like, I'm gonna pretend to be American, and he like opens his eyes. He's like, I think I'll open a credit card. Does this food come in dairy?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is this gluten free?
Spot
Does that
on.
sound like?
Damn, we really sidetracked this bad, don't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh. Oh my god,
It's wonderful.
It's
It's
amazing.
been well over an hour of just 2 movies.
That's great.
No, it's been like 5 minutes of the movies, and then,
Yeah, exactly. But that's usually how it goes.
yeah.
Like after a while, it used to bum me out, but then I was like, no, because
Just gotta
then
embrace it.
if I feel like I have to always bring it back to the movie, then it just like it derails whatever conversation we were gonna naturally have.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Mm.
So I'm gonna be the buzzkill. Are there any more memorable parts in this film that like either impressed you, depressed you, or just maybe gave you somehow for some reason a ray of hope of any reason? Nope.
The lack of DVTs was
Lack of DVTs. Yeah, good job, Brendan. I'm gonna go back to Brendan. Good input there, Brendan. Good job.
Nope.
I'm glad our in-depth conversations don't get much better than this.
I was very sad. Me sad. Me not watch movie again. That's my that's my review. There you go.
Yeah, we're Brendan. I wanted to do this in person, off of the pod, but we're gonna have to let you go.
Again?
Vic's gonna be taking your place, and you will not be getting any sort of reimbursement
none
for anything you've paid for.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brenden. What's up?
Oh, come on.
We need that Tyson white friend actually in our group. So
Can I get my unemployment at least?
no.
No.
Fantastic. Great. My benefits, they're all gone.
There are none, exactly. The benefit is you're a free agent now.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, man. Let me know.
Hey, by the way, Victor.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did anyone ask any questions?
Dude, no. Big disappointment.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Just a random thought. I thought this was based off a real wrestler, and it took me like 10 minutes to figure out that this is not based off a real wrestler.
It's based loosely off of another wrestler.
Loosely. Okay.
Not the character itself, but the character is fictitious, but the life itself.
Right. I did
There's
read
a couple
bit about
of there's a couple guys in the WCW before Vince McMahon came and turned it into the WWE, and he let go a lot of those guys. And a lot of those guys, of course, like anything else, they were in their 30s. They didn't, they had only ever wrestled in their life. They didn't really have like a fallback plan or anything. And a lot of those guys kind of fell into like this type of life.
Mhm.
And so I think that's where Darren got a lot of the influence for it.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like waiting after the credits just to see that based on a true story.
Yeah.
It never came.
I mean, there's a lot of those Randy the Ram kind of guys out there. I mean, honestly, that kind of happened to Macho Man for a cool minute too. After he got blackballed from the WWE, it's just like his life just kind of spiraled out of life, and then he just ended up dying. To this day, he's not really acknowledged in wrestling in the WWE.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what happened between him and Vince, but it must have been something really bad because like he's not in the Hall of Fame. There's nothing to him. I mean, everyone still loves him, of course, but you know, when someone can just get rid of you like that so quickly, it's scary.
Yeah, you have no power whatsoever.
No power.
Which also adds to the reason why I will never watch this movie again. I don't need reality. I just need, I need to escape into this world.
Yeah.
I like it just on the wrestling level. I will agree it's not a movie you should watch all the time. I know I don't because it is pretty sad.
Mm-hmm.
But I like knowing that somebody out there acknowledged these guys because I like them too. And you don't want to ever see anyone go without eating.
Yeah,
right.
Like that. But.
Yeah, and like the only like other like knowledge I've had of like the backside of this like wrestling world was Jamie Oliver when he did his little weekly segments on things. He did one on wrestling actually, and like he did on like the aftermath of wrestlers, how they have to like fight like for every inch of fame and fandom and money like that they can in order just to make it, like John Cena and like Bautista and all these like higher people to like actually be able to benefit from wrestling. And even if you do benefit, but most likely you're definitely not going to benefit from it, you're just left out in the wind, like you're just like Rooney, like broken and battered. And like actually I would recommend watching the episode from Jamie Oliver because he does go into like minor details of how like things react or things happen in the world of wrestling. And I think actually he made a second one because what's the main guy's name again? Like the guy who owns the WWE?
Oh, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he actually sued Jamie Oliver because of the episode, and then like he made a follow-up episode. Like,
I got sued.
Yeah, about like, hey, so guess what? This guy sued me, so I'm gonna make another episode on this guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Vince took a pretty heavy hit, especially like during the Chris Benoit stuff.
Yeah.
When Chris had killed his family and everything, and they were like, it turns out, Vince had this whole wellness policy about how these guys are supposed to be checked up on and like their health and make sure they're not doing drugs, and like it turned out that whole thing was just like
BS.
It was all BS. Of like even Chris Benoit's wife had been complaining about like, my husband is clearly doing steroids and he hasn't been suspended, he hasn't been anything about it. Like Vince didn't really take care of his guys back in the day.
Yeah, is he taking care of them now?
Oh yeah, he does now. I mean, obviously now he got sued pretty hard. So
yeah, okay, I'd imagine. And then he sued Jamie Oliver.
That's
for
why
bringing up
wrestling
those facts.
sucks now.
Yeah. I thought it was Corona that made it suck now.
No.
Yeah, because I remember one time we did a pod together, and then like you just put on wrestling, and it was just so bland because all there were was just the wrestlers and no crowd, and they were still reacting like the crowd was like cheering them on.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
This is very cringy. It's like watching like a couple nerds at the park LARPing.
I still watch it.
What are you talking about? We LARP all the time.
D&D is different. That's not technically LARPing.
That's D&D. Brenden, speaking of which, I did something even worse in D&D last time.
Can it be, Victor? I just want you to brace yourself because if it's worse than what he said to me last time, this is not going to be good at all.
Remember how it was one body? Remember it was one body?
Yes.
That was 3.
Jeez.
Technically, it was 2 and like 1/8 because it was just the head.
Would you like to know what he's talking about, or do you want to be saved?
Indulge me. Go for it.
I like this man. Good man.
Actually, no.
Victor. Woo!
Yeah.
Mark,
boys.
Mark, I'll let you explain. Okay, go ahead. It's better when you
talk. In Dungeons and Dragons, our story went, I raped a dead body. And then we played again yesterday, and I raped 3 dead bodies.
Yeah.
Why?
And then,
that's the question.
I tried to like get him off of a dead body, and then I ended up getting raped in the game.
Yeah.
So,
And then I set a forest fire. I said, yeah.
Oh my
yeah. So
God.
that's what I get for trying to be a good guy. A sore bottom. That's all I got.
In Mark's world, no one wins.
Yeah.
Even the dead.
We're
Well,
all
I
just
mean,
the worst, aren't we? Or at least me and
I'm
Brenden
never
are.
having you
Just
guys
speaking
back
of which,
on the show.
Did you guys hear that? He's never having his back. It's great. It's fantastic.
You guys are great, but I can't do
We gotta
this.
make it count. All right, let's go. We gotta make this one count.
Jeez.
Well, shit. Anything else you guys have you want to say
About the movie or
No,
just in general?
about the movie?
No.
Yeah, I covered the basics of the movies.
Well, actually, I have a question for Brenden. Actually,
Yes.
so what are you wearing?
Khakis.
Khakis. No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm done.
Just
Are
constantly
you a
around.
classic khaki man?
No, I'm actually wearing joggers, but I wasn't going to give David the satisfaction of knowing that. But now he knows. But now he
Shit.
knows.
But I know he always goes commando. That's why I ask.
How dare you?
You guys want to go into ratings, I guess?
For sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah, sure.
sounds good.
I'm gonna go 10 out of 10 on this one. I love this movie.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna go 9.5 out of 10 on this one also. But like I said, never watching it again.
I'll give it a 8 out of 10, just because I don't like seeing people get stapled and it makes me feel pain. But other than that,
Heart
it was a
attack?
great film. Yeah, and die. But yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I just think it was
Beautiful.
very raw and real, and I always
Yeah.
enjoy seeing these types of stories, even though they can be quite depressing. I don't know, man. I really dig it. I wish I had more notes written for this, or so I'd be more on top of it. But I really was just so glued to the screen, I didn't even think twice about writing any notes down, which I
Huh.
usually try to
That's
do.
how you know the movie's good, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where it's
Yeah,
like,
for
oh,
sure.
dang, I haven't written anything down.
And I just love ambiguous endings too. I mean, it's pretty obvious what happens to him. I mean, I'm sure he probably dies pretty soon after that last shot. But I love how it leaves it up to interpretation.
And personally, I actually really do not like those endings. Like where like you leave it up to the audience. You know,
Mhm.
it's like one of the top pet peeves I have in films. But
Oh,
you know,
really?
this one played it off very well. And you know, like you said, the ending was extremely obvious. That man is dead.
And you guys didn't get any questions, right? That's what you said.
No, not on our end.
Fuck
Yeah,
the
no.
audience, bro.
Actually, how about this, Victor? I have a question for you.
Oh no.
So, say like movies open up, IMAX. You get to pick the movie. You get to see in IMAX. Which one are you picking?
Any movie?
Any movie, like I'm talking about, like the works. You get to see it in 70mm, laser IMAX, everything, right? Anything you want, right? You get to pick the movie.
I mean, honestly, I've seen 2001 and Interstellar, two of like my favorite films, on 70mm at the Cinerama. And
Oh, nice.
those always just blow me away, no matter how many times I see them. I honestly would probably go for 2001 again,
Huh.
or Interstellar. Especially 2001, seeing that on the big screen. You guys have heard of the Cinerama?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
Right.
yeah, for sure. God, that film is completely a different experience seeing on a screen that large. It's unbelievable. If you guys ever get the chance to see it on the big screen,
Yeah, that
Do it.
that
Do it.
theater is pretty huge.
oh, it's stunning. Yeah.
My goodness. Have you
Yeah,
have
I've
you been
never
to
been to
the
the Cinerama per se, but heard good things about it.
have you been to the TLC theater in LA? The Chinese
Uh,
theater?
No, I have not. No.
That screen is
Yeah, no,
pretty
it's
big,
crazy.
but what makes that auditorium even more grandiose is like the internal architecture, like the pillars and the designs, and even the ceiling is just, it looks like a temple almost, but with like a movie screen and with all these seats. And the true IMAX, the sound is just like during Rise of Skywalker when Palpatine does his whole that's when we went to go see it in LA.
Mhm.
When
Unlimited
when he does his lightning and that bass, you like in that theater, your body just like you could feel it. You're like, whoa,
Oh,
this
man.
is crazy. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to go down,
The inside looks beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is quite the sight.
I mean, I guess I'll just ask the same question to you guys. What movies would you see on a
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place? Oh, okay.
Quiet Place Part 2.
Okay.
Because Corona hit and they shut down the theaters when I bought the tickets the day of. And I never got to see it. March 30th, I turned 23 and they shut it down.
It was supposed to come out in March?
Yes.
Holy shit.
And I never got to see it. So that will be the first movie if once theaters come back, if they do. That's when we saw Tenet before they closed them down again after a week, but
yeah.
That's one.
Yeah, I'll definitely. Actually, Mark's wearing the movie. Like, I would definitely watch My Hero Academia: Heroes Rising. That one I would definitely watch it like on the big screen again, like full with all the works. Because I watched it with him and my my then girlfriend, now wife. Like, and it was just amazing. But it was in English dub, which didn't have the same effect for me as it was like in subbed. Because I watched it the second time in subbed, and it was spectacular, and I would love to rewatch the movie again on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Just the animation of it's spectacular. The action, the music that goes with it, like hits so well. It like everything plays and like vibes together perfectly.
Are you into anime at all, Victor?
Not really. Like I watched a couple episodes of Cowboy Bebop like a few weeks ago for the first time, but I'm not really huge into anime.
Yeah, honestly, even if you're not an anime fan, I would recommend that movie. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you've never watched it. Oh, what are you doing?
Gotta see it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll just genuinely recommend it. Like, it is just a good film all around. The story's fine. The action's amazing. Cinematography is fantastic. Everything works for it. Just on a movie-based level.
When I thought about it, I figured I'd pick a movie that I've already seen, but like I want to kind of roll the dice a little bit here. I wouldn't mind checking out Dune.
Ooh.
In IMAX.
Yeah. The classic or the new one?
The new one that's supposed to come out.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, if I'm gonna go all out, let me try it out with that, because at least I know like Dennis, like Blade Runner 2049 is amazing, right? And like I would imagine his Dune movie would be on the same level of quality.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it'd be interesting because that movie looks like it's very immersive. Something that the old one couldn't really do. And so I was like, you know what? That could be like that's one of those movies that you probably have to see in IMAX, right? It almost doesn't do any justice in any other way.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
But then again, too, we don't really know, and I feel like we're not going to really know for a good minute.
All right. Well, shoot. Do you guys want to maybe wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you guys already kind of plugged your podcast at the beginning, but let's do it again. You guys got anything you want to plug? You got your podcast. You guys got anything else that you want to mention?
Actually, I know our David just did an episode 2 weeks ago. Actually, no, it's been about 3 weeks on the review of the live action Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's definitely one of our episodes to check out. We just did Good Time, the Safdie brothers movie last week, so that was our most recent episode. But yeah, check out our show. We're well over 100 episodes. Things are going great. Check it out on there. Anchor has been a huge support for us, so definitely check that out. We get paid for it, not a lot, but whatever. Regardless.
Yeah,
indeed.
Also, on that note, I would recommend listening to our new episodes first and then go backwards, so you can hear the drop in quality.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. The racism doesn't really start in episode 3.
Yeah.
The pod really goes haywire once we have David on as a regular. That's when things started going crazy.
You're welcome. You guys have actual stolen character to the show. Because all you guys were, I completely agree on today's statistics.
Hey, you wanted to be.
I believe who's writing capabilities on this movie.
Wanted my grandma to listen to this, David. My grandma can't listen to it anymore. She'll have a heart attack. No, I'm playing.
She's dead now, Brenden.
She's not. But I'll.
I'm sorry, Brenden. I didn't mean to upset you and Mark, because Mark's married to your grandma apparently.
Anyways, and your mother. Anyways, I'm gonna plug. I'm gonna plug True Graphic, which is me. It's on Instagram. I do art. I do digital artwork for anybody who would like to know, anybody who'd like to see. I do all types of things, mostly my own original work, a lot of like Batman stuff, that sort of thing. And in the future, hopefully in the next month, there will be a True Graphic podcast. So that's going to be that's going to be pretty fun. But yeah, just check it out.
Okay, I'll make sure to post in the description your guys' links as well.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on. This has been fun.
Been a blast.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much, Victor, man. We appreciate this.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Of course, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and let us know any of the backblow from your audience. Like, oh my god, these people are calling each other whores and derogatory names and offensive slurs. Oh my god.
Guarantee.
I
we'll
hope
lose
that like
100
the people
followers.
who come and complain to you are like other toxic Star Wars fans for thinking I like Kathleen Kennedy.
Hey, that's just fine with me.
All
All right. Well, it's good having you guys on. I appreciate it, and hope to have you guys on another time. And if you guys need some guests, I'm here. If you want to collab again.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're gonna be our official replacement for Brenden?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'll start tomorrow.
Later. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say it on the phone.
And we'll send you our different insurance plans.
Oh, right on. Cool.
I hate you. Thanks for having us on, brother.
Of course. It's good talking to you guys.